Cricbuzz chatter at the end of day 2 of this test match. It's been a proper test match day, by the way, today. New Zealand came out, India hoping to get a toe into the game, bowled India out quickly, then good attritional cricket. A couple of good spells from India, fine innings from Williamson. Simon Doull is, of course, at the Basin Reserve, the world's little roundabout with a cricket ground in between. Dooley, first of all, tell me, why do you start 11:30? I can't imagine. There are days in Kolkata when we're finishing lunch at 11:30 on the first morning and you're just starting there.
Yeah, apparently it's all for Indian audience, Harsha, and for Indian television as well. And the numbers have been very good. Viewing figures have been great. It just means that we are going to run into these little bits of trouble later in the evenings. I don't think we can get through to 7:30 in the evening.
No, because, the popular perception in India is it stays light for that long. But you'd make it another good day for New Zealand, won't you? Because I think India were very, very keen to get that lower middle order of around Rahane, the lower middle order of Rahane, of Pant and Ashwin. And New Zealand would be delighted to have gone through that very quickly.
Yeah, wrapping it up quite quickly was a big bonus from a New Zealand point of view, Harsha. There was a couple of very good deliveries. I thought Southie's one to get Ashwin was outstanding. A little wag from Hamid Shami at the back end of the innings, but picking up that run out was crucial. And then the wicket of Ashwin, I think, were the two big ones this morning. And it just meant that it put a little bit more pressure on Ajinkya Rahane. So to dismiss India cheaply was a bonus. Then to come out and put a little bit of a partnership together at the top of the order and just allow the likes of Williamson and Taylor some time, and New Zealand to have a lead at the end of day 2. It's a good situation, but I wouldn't say the lead was out of India's reach by any stretch just yet.
Now, as a bowler yourself, and I keep reminding people you liked bowling at Wellington, I'm going to ask you to rate 3 deliveries that I thought were outstanding in that New Zealand innings. There was, of course, the Southie ball to Shaw. There was the Jamieson ball to Pujara, and the Southie ball to Ashwin.
Oh, okay.
Which would you have liked to bowl?
Quality of player, I'm going to go the Jamieson ball to Pujara. First up, that's number 1. Absolute peach of a delivery and a quality player. The one to get Ashwin, I'm going to rate 2, and the one to get Prithvi Shaw, I'll rate 3. Yeah. Hope that's okay with you.
Yeah, I thought as a swing bowler, just anything that starts leg stump, knocks over off, I thought you might go with Ashwin, but Jamieson, I agree with you. I thought he had a bit of a height advantage there as well. India found a bowler with a height advantage too, with Ishant Sharma. I mean, I remember he came to New Zealand in 2014. He picked up 15 wickets. Again, looked India's best bowler. Went through Blundell. So I thought the Blundell ball was good too. Beat him for pace, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He was very good again today, Ishant Sharma, as he has been for a little while in overseas conditions for India. He was the only one that really found any swing. I know Mohammad Shami's not a big swing bowler, but we have seen Jasprit Bumrah in the last 18 months swing the ball a little bit. But to me, Sharma found the ball, he found a little bit of swing and picked up those wickets accordingly. So very economical as well. And I think that's one of the reasons that India managed to stay in this contest, and they're still well and truly in it, was the fact that he was very economical.
Right, in the hot spot then, since you brought up Bumrah, in the hot spot, India over the last 2 or 3 years, and Bumrah has only really been 3 years old, in test match cricket even less. India have grown very reliant on Bumrah. He's come back from an injury. He's only played white ball cricket. He's come back to red ball cricket first time after an injury. In 6 ODI games, just the 1 wicket. And in the 3 against New Zealand, none at all. 2 things about that that we'd love to hear from you, Dooley. One is the rhythm back? Because that can take some time to come back after an injury. And is a player a little ginger coming back from injury? Is he a little worried, if I stretch a little bit, something might happen to me? Do you see something like that with Bumrah? Because you've had your share of injuries yourself.
Yeah, I don't see too much wrong with the rhythm at the moment. It's just, it comes down to an ounce of luck, and also players doing a lot more scouting now as well. Now, it was always going to happen with Jasprit Bumrah. There was going to be a time where he struggled to get wickets, where players started to read him a little bit better, where batsmen were figuring out maybe the lines, maybe the lengths, maybe watching those angles and saying, okay, we can leave certain deliveries, we can play at certain deliveries, we don't need to prop forward too much, he doesn't bowl too full unless it's the Yorker. So there's little things that are going through his mind now that he's starting to have to think about. So is he the same bowler? I think he looks very similar. I think the rhythm looks pretty good. As far as the injuries are concerned, yes, you can feel a little bit tentative at times coming back from an injury, but he's bowled enough overs now, I think, post that injury, to say that he's feeling pretty comfortable within his body. look, a 4-wicket, 5-wicket haul might be just around the corner for him, but he needs those little things to go his way. And as I say, he's just got to maybe discover 1 or 2 new little areas and new tricks, because people and scouting and their backroom analysis done nowadays makes a big difference. He was always going to have this opportunity in his career. He was always going to have this happen. How does he bounce back from it? How does he find wickets again?
Couldn't agree with you more. We call that the second season syndrome, don't we? When there's a very fine performer comes in, people don't quite know how to handle him. Then all the analysts and the video replay people work together. The one thing in favour of Bumrah, though, is that he didn't have surgery. At the first sign of potential trouble, they pulled him out. They feared it could have been a stress fracture. So hopefully Bumrah will come back. He's got a huge reputation. You've got to live with that as well. Kane Williamson has a huge reputation. I thought proper test match innings. Didn't go searching for runs. Just held on to a really tight defence. Do you think India bowled a little short to him as well? I mean, not taking anything away from a fine innings, but did India bowl just a little too short too?
Just a little bit too short. We had some numbers on our screen today, Harsh. You may not have seen them in India, but about 14 to 15% of the New Zealand deliveries in the first innings were in that full length. So the good to full length, which was dictated because of the surface. Now, India were just a little bit short. I think they had about 7% of their deliveries today in that full length. So just a little bit short and more of just a normal test match length, whereas you come to New Zealand, day 1, day 2, you've just got to be that little bit fuller and be prepared to be driven. It's not easy. Coming from a bowling point of view, to almost have to bowl half volleys, it is not easy thing to do. So it's just a learning for them.
Okay, then fast forward, looking ahead to day 3. A little bit for Ravichandran Ashwin at the end of day 2, but my feeling is that New Zealand might, if they get past 75, 80, 100, it might be just a little too significant. What's your take? Because batting tends to get easier, doesn't it, in Wellington?
It certainly does get easier. Now, I think if India can look at a total somewhere around about that 130, even 140 and under, they will still well and truly be in this game if they bat well in that second innings. And that's the key. They have to bat well, they have to get off to a good start and allow Kohli some time, Pujara some time at the crease, and then that middle order may be able to shine as well. So to me, anything under that 130, 140 mark, they are well and truly in the game. They need to pick up those 5 wickets, as New Zealand did this morning. They need to pick up the 5 wickets quickly, for around about 50 runs, 60 runs, and then they will be okay. They're still well and truly in the game. Yes, behind it, but in it, I think.
There you got the great advantage of having someone who knows the conditions and at the ground. Here we are thinking, oops, the moment it goes past 100, Virat Kohli's only won 2 test matches out of the many out of the few that he's conceded a lead in. So thank you, Simon. One little thing before we go. What happened to those 100 kilometres an hour winds? It was just a gentle breeze.
I don't know. They disappeared overnight. Maybe they came and went, and because they were going so fast, they just took off through the night and we were okay this morning.
Excellent. So, good weather forecast for day 3. Let's hope we have a day as good as day 2. Thanks for joining us, Simon.
Yeah, cheers.